Hey everybody, it's IyaPatsy, and I am doing the inner for Leo. Right, Sun, Moon, Rising, North Node, Venus, Mars, wherever you have Leo, Aries. I'm sorry, Aries in your chart. Some of you may be dealing with the Leo or have Leo in your chart also, which is another fire sign. So, I previously did a reading for Leo, so you might want to check that out also. Then. All right, so I'm going to be I'm doing this because it's a faster upload situation and less strain on my PC. So if you're here, give us a thumbs up when you come in the room. It'll help me um, get this message out. It'll help the algorithms. I'm sure you all have heard of the creators on YouTube talking about the algorithm. So when you come in the room and you give us a thumbs up, then it helps other people know that I'm here. And even though I'm not going to be responding, there may be people who just want to catch this live. So feel free to come in. And if you have a question, you can forward them to me through my Cash App, which is $ IyaPatsy. And once I get the confirmation, when I'm finished, I'll address any of your questions for a donation. $12.22. So, um, thanks very much, and let's get started with Aries. So, Aries energy is number one, right? In the Barbieri deck, Aries is the ram, leader, the first sign. And in the inner child cards by Isha and Mark Lerner, Aries is represented by Aladdin and the magic lamp. Focuses on the genie. So, Aries, some of you as a child, maybe you were very bright, you were a genius, maybe. Maybe you were told that you had special gifts. Could have been school, or could have been other gifts that you realized that you had, and you have been dealing with mm, the pressure of being smart, because being smart does come with pressure, because other people expect things of you. Pressure on yourself sometimes. So your parents may have put pressure on you. And Aries is also about standing up for yourself, learning your power, and now how to use it. So the story of Aladdin, and I'm reading from the book. The story of Aladdin describes the child's first adventure into the world of mental empowerment. In the tale, the actual tale, Aladdin is sent by a sorcerer into an underground garden to obtain the old lamp. When he finds the lamp, he's unable to leave the garden. He rubs the ring of the lamp, and a genie appears. Wanting to go home, the boy makes this wish, and he instantly returned to his mother's house. The mother takes the lamp to sell it in order to buy food, and a larger genie appears when it's rubbed. And then begins the odyssey of Aladdin, an all powerful genie, the magic lamp, and a quest for enlightenment in the path of good and evil. And by the end of the tale, Aladdin was married to a princess, and through cunning and ingenuity, had learned how to defeat the sorcerer who had attempted to steal his lamp for his own sinister purposes. So, for some of you, maybe you felt someone tried to steal or put you down, right? Make you insecure about your gifts, use your strengths against you in some way. When this card appears in your reading, realize that you can create your own reality with every word, with every thought, and with every action. Rather than thinking analytically, explore your creative genius. Recognize the power of affirmations that are needed to protect yourself from negative thoughts in the psychic atmosphere. Remember that naming objects and people is a magical art. All names are composed of letters, and each letter carries a, numero- a numerical and spiritual vibration. All names are composed of letters, and each letter carries a numerical and spiritual vibration. Keep in mind that once the genie is out of the bottle, some danger of misusing power is always present. However, the danger can be transformed into a great adventure of consciousness and mental expansion. So, as I said, you may have become aware of your gifts. You may have been told through testing or something else that you had high intellect, right? Or maybe you never were tested, but you knew that you had a high intellect. So, number one in numerology cards talks about new beginnings. And from the psychic tarot, what is the name of this? The psychic tarot, awareness. So, for some of you, you've become aware of a new passion. You become aware of a new ability. Some of you have become aware of your spiritual gifts, right? And you feel successful, all right? You are able to get clarity or be clear, all right? This is talking about love and balance. Love begins. So there may be a new beginning in your awareness of love and abundance, prosperity. And this is your base chakra. So again, this is about knowing the truth about your gifts, knowing the truth about yourself. This talks about someone who is good for business, who is business minded, someone who is able to take risk, someone who's an overachiever, someone who is very organized, lots of power, the ability to concentrate. So you have a high attention span. This is talking about personal power and taking charge. So leadership. Okay, so maybe you were involved in leadership in school. You may have, like I said, been very smart, or you may have had some type of ability. Um, debate, debate class. I'm hearing debate class. Speech. So maybe you're a good speaker. But there was something that you became aware of, some passion within you that you knew could get you out of the current situation that you had found yourself in. So perhaps as a child, you found yourself in a situation that you knew that you had gifts, but maybe you didn't get the encouragement that you needed. And so now you're come to a point where you're going to start paying attention to your own gifts, your own needs. All right, this is about learning how to control your own power. So, as a child or as a young person, you were not afraid of taking chances, right? You weren't afraid of showing your abilities, even if you didn't have anyone to lead you. You were a self starter. You needed something needed to be done, and you did it. Some of you may have been an only child and been very well treated as a child, doted upon. And so you have a lot of stability and awareness of self and awareness of what it is that you came here to do. In the Casanova deck, number one is Casanova, the magician. This talks about willpower, cunning, independence, knowledge, taking the initiative, being in control. So some of you are very strong, you're very controlled, and this may have gotten you in a situation where there's jealousy, other people wanting to hinder you, to dull your shine, so to speak, and you were able to overcome or have been able to overcome all of these things. Even in the face of boundaries, even in the face of other people's jealousies, you, Aries, were able to overcome other people's negativity because you had clarity and you had the truth. And despite what they did, you were able to love yourself. You were able to balance yourself. You're open to love. Okay? You're open to love. You're open to new beginnings, prosperity. Okay? Your passion is at the root of who you are. So you may, but some of you may present as very studious and square. Maybe some of you. I'm getting that. But that's the image that you have to portray to the outside world in order to keep things in balance for yourself, in order to maintain control. Okay, I want to see if I can. No, I want to take a look at Black Herman. Oh, great, wonderful. Holding up the camera. All right, let's see. Don't fall, please. All right. Hey, Midnight, don't come here. All right, let's see if we can get that back here. All right, so the hoodoo deck. Hey, Midnight, don't come up here. Thank you, love. Is Black Herman. Okay, so Black Herman. And he comes with scripture from the King James Version of the Bible. And it says, let me see, I hope it we can see it. Black Herman, excuse my nails. Truly I tell you, if you have faith as small as a mustard seed, you can say to this mountain, move from here to there, and it will move. Nothing is possible for you. Matthew 17:20. So again, knowing who you are, being aware of your strengths. The plant that goes with this card is the snake root. Okay, so Black Herman was known, well, he was known as Black Herman, but his name was Benjamin Rucker. And he lived from 1892 to 1934. He was the most famous Negro magician in the history of the United States. And he adopted the name Black Herman to pay homage to two fellow black magicians that he admired, Prince Herman and Alonzo Herman. Black Herman's charismatic personality, his illusions and resurrections after being buried alive made him a national sensation. Herman also made a living selling tonics, mail order occult courses, books, and pamphlets, and talismans that were designed to protect its wearer from white supremacy. One of the most interesting aspects of Benjamin Rucker was how he used his platform as an entertainer and hoodoo man to promote his militant black national political beliefs. To further facilitate his mission, Herman decided to relocate to Harlem, New York, which was ground zero for devout followers of Marcus Garvey. Herman even claimed that he was born in the dark jungles of Africa and was an apprentice of Zulu witch doctors, reflecting his acceptance of the Pan Africanist ideology and also his knack for clever marketing. Herman was actually a Virginia native who migrated north in search of greater opportunities and to escape from the terrorists in the South. He had self confidence and a strong will to succeed. That was the magic that made him a legend. So, you're being challenged to manifest that which you desire. You know the difference between a dream and a goal. And the difference between a dream and a goal is having a plan. And so you make sure that you have a clear plan. It is key that you know exactly each step that's necessary to obtain your objective. If you don't, you might be tempted to take shortcuts and find yourself cut short instead. The power of creation exists within a focused, methodological mind that is aware of itself. If you fail to plan, you plan to fail. Do you really believe it's possible that you can make something happen? Are all your talents and skills being put to good use? Do your intentions and beliefs and desires match the life that you want to live? Stop procrastinating and do what it is you have to do, even if it's hard. How committed to you? How committed are you to this plan or to this person or to the situation? Remember, where there's a will, there's a way. And what are you creating and manifesting right now? Do you really want it? So this is about knowing, having a goal, right? Making a plan, knowing where you are going and having the ability to obtain it if you make a plan. So for some of you, you like order and you want to know where you're headed. And maybe you dealt with situations where you didn't know what was going on, but you still persevered. And it may have taken you extra time than it should have, but nevertheless, you were able to shine. Okay, you were able to see your way out of poverty, let's say, or out of a situation where you weren't allowed to upgrade your education. You know, some people have that's not something that is important education and those type of things. So maybe you grew up in that type of a situation where education wasn't stressed, or the ability the ability to stand out, or your gifts were um, ignored, right? Maybe you were told, maybe your parents were told that you were gifted, but they didn't have the ability to put you in any special schools and things like that. And maybe you're at the point now where you are able to do these things for yourself, all right? Because you know that if you are able to work on your plan, work on your goal, and follow your plan, you will achieve your goal. You'll come into who you are yourself, be able to show the world who you are because you already know who you are. But this is something that is important for you to be seen. So for some of you, it's important for you to be seen. Again, like I said, some of you may be only children, or you're the only girl or the only boy in your family. Something about you stands out, and maybe others around you didn't have that same gift, and there may have been some jealousy among yourself and your siblings. It could have been jealousy even with a parent who recognized that you had gifts, and maybe they tried to dim your light or withhold information that could have maybe gotten you on your path sooner had they been supportive or had they advised you. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Thank you. Hi, Midnight. All right, let's go. Let's go. Go, go, go. If they had been able to get past their own jealousies, maybe, ding. For some of you, it wasn't really jealousy. It was that they wanted to keep you for your gifts and you to themselves. They felt they were the parent and they felt that they needed to be able to control that part of you. And maybe that magic in you, those gifts were useful to the family, useful to the parent. Maybe you were a child star. Some of you may have been actors and actresses or some kind of talent that you had, and maybe that talent fed the family. Maybe you ended up being the provider for the family because of your gifts. For some of you, it wasn't so much about fame and celebrity, but in your community, you were seen as the one that was talented. You were seen as the one who had a good head on their shoulder and dependable. And maybe you wanted to leave the environment and travel. I'm getting that movie, It's a Wonderful Life, where George wanted to grow up and leave the community, but his talents were needed at home, and so he was torn, and he always ended up staying, even though his desire was to be somewhere else, and that led to depression. All right, so it seems that what I'm seeing here for you, Aries, is that you have overcome, you are aware, and you want to persevere. You are going to do well despite all of the barriers and all of the obstacles that were put in your way. Ding. And you're ready to start afresh and anew. All right. And you are focusing on yourself. Right. You're focusing on learning new things, sharing new things, being in control. Right. Maybe trying to open a new business, being an entrepreneur. Or maybe you're an inventor. Okay. You could be an inventor. You could be something, maybe ready to take a risk, a new business venture. You have the power of concentration. So again, your words, your thoughts. Be careful with those thoughts. Be flexible, but allow yourself to be creative. You can overcome your problems because of your personality. Okay, so let's see if we can get some guidance from the ancestors deck for Aries going forward. Healing. Take care of your needs. Ashe. Okay, the phone rings. That's another confirmation. Goodness. What is it? Hmm. Name unavailable. Okay, well, we'll talk to you some other time. Unavailable. Oh, come on. Hello? Yep. Okay. Sorry about that, folks. But anyway, that's a confirmation. What did we get? What did we get? Oh, taking care of your needs. Winter. Take care of your needs. So again, looking out for yourself. 10-4. Making yourself comfortable. Also, taking care of your family. Being a leader. All right. So this could be something that is happening right now. A new start for you. Becoming aware of a new passion that you want to go for. Something that you want to create. A place or a situation that you want to involve yourself in for creative adventure. hmm High Priestess, harness mystic powers. So yeah, awareness of your gifts, your spiritual gifts, following your intuition, a lot of self-care, lots of self-care, and knowing that you have powers, you have gifts, spiritual gifts. So now you're going to take care of yourself. Maybe you always took care of everyone else. As I said, you may have been a provider of some sort in your family, even though you were a child. You were able to bring in some kind of income or some celebrity or something for your family. Could have been a child preacher, some of you, and you were able to bring messages and gifts. The wise one, yeah. Grow within your current situation, awareness. So maybe some of you had a lot of wisdom as a child. Bottom of the deck, stargazer. Set your sights higher. So you know there's something that you have. You know that you have the ability to uh, to grow, to get messages, to share messages. All right, you are very gifted, Aries, and you're becoming aware of it. Maybe during this COVID time where we had to sit down, maybe that is what sparked this passion because you did the work. You did the inner healing, and you are not afraid or ashamed of who you are and the person that you have become. And you have, despite whatever the situation was, you were able to care for yourself and take care of your own needs. It was 2811 when I said that. And you're able to take these experiences and use them to help you gain abundance. So some of you have spiritual gifts. Some of you are able to read tarot cards. Some of you are able to channel messages. And that is your gift. And you are looking for ways to expand your business or expand your um, influence, your area of influence. Right. And you're able to do that. As long as you believe and you have a plan or you take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you. And as long as you do that, you'll be able to provide for yourself and harness your power, your ability, and grow within this new adventure, making things happen for yourself that'll not only help you, but as you help yourself, as you step out on your own and declare your independence, you're being an example for others, and you also are advising others, some of you, or you're being watched, and there are people who are admiring your passion also because they see that you have always been a leader, that you've always had gifts, and they want to follow you because you are a leader, you're an example, and you're aware of it, and you're ready to take the challenge. Seems that you don't have a problem doing or being who you are, Aries, even if other situations try to confine, find a way to be yourself. So I think that's your message, that you have always been the leader all throughout your life. Even when others tried to dim your light, just you couldn't help it. You are who you are. The energy is your energy. And so now you may have gotten to a point where you can feel free to be who it is you want to be without having to worry about taking care of other people. And this is about taking care of your needs. So, Aries, thank you so much for allowing me to bring you this message. I hope it's helpful. I hope it resonated. If it did, please give us a thumbs up, share the video for someone else who may be an Aries. You can come back and watch this at any time. Any of the uh, videos in the series of Healing the Inner Child, feel free to watch any of them at any time. They'll be here for you to reference, because other signs, like I said, check out Leo's reading. Other signs may resonate with you as well. And share these messages, because then you're helping me do my job, and you're also doing your job also for the community, right? And as long as we keep sharing, it's inevitable that someone will be positively affected by these messages, whether we understand the significance of them right now or not. So, thanks very much for coming by and being patient with me. It's taken me a while to finish, but I'm going to try to finish them all up today. Got two more to do. So, again, Aries, thank you so much for allowing me to bring this message to you. And don't forget to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And I'll be talking to everybody real soon. Namaste. Peace. Mm.